Imagine a world where power never fades, where empires rise and fall, yet some manage to withstand the test of time, ruling for centuries while shaping the course of human history. From towering pyramids in the deserts of Egypt to the majestic palaces of Istanbul, history is filled with stories of rulers who controlled vast lands and influenced millions of lives. But have you ever wondered which civilization or empire actually ruled the world for the longest period? Today, we take you on a journey across time to uncover the empires and dynasties that held power longer than anyone else in history, exploring their achievements, challenges, and the legacy they left behind. Starting in ancient times, there was a civilization that stood the test of millennia. Ancient Egypt, known for its pyramids, pharaohs, and monumental architecture, was not just remarkable for its culture and religion, but also for the sheer longevity of its rule. The dynasties of Egypt lasted for over 3,000 years, from around 3100 BCE to 30 BCE, when the last pharaoh, Cleopatra, fell under Roman rule. This incredible span of governance is almost unmatched in human history, illustrating the stability and resilience of Egyptian civilization. The pharaohs not only governed the people but also oversaw complex systems of agriculture, trade, and construction, leaving behind marvels that continue to astonish the world today. The impact of this civilization extended beyond its borders, influencing neighboring regions and laying foundational elements for future societies. Moving westward, the Roman Empire emerges as one of the most iconic and enduring powers of the ancient world. Founded in 27 BCE, Rome's influence extended across Europe, North Africa, and parts of the Middle East. While the Western Roman Empire fell in 476 CE, the Eastern Roman Empire, known as the Byzantine Empire, persisted for another 1,000 years, finally falling in 1453 CE with the capture of Constantinople by the Ottoman Turks. The Romans were pioneers in law, military strategy, infrastructure, and governance, creating systems that continue to influence modern societies. Their ability to adapt and reorganize contributed to their longevity. But even this vast empire eventually succumbed to internal pressures, invasions, and political upheaval. Meanwhile, in the Arabian Peninsula, a remarkable shift in power took place during the 7th century with the rise of Islam. The Rashidun Caliphate, established in 632 CE, expanded rapidly across the Middle East and North Africa, laying the foundation for subsequent Muslim empires. The Umayyad Caliphate followed, extending its influence further into Spain, North Africa, and Central Asia. With the Abbasid Caliphate and later the Ottoman Empire, Muslim rule continued for centuries. The Ottoman Empire, founded in 1299 CE, became the longest continuous Muslim empire, enduring for over 600 years until its dissolution in 1924. The Ottomans were not only remarkable for their longevity but also for their contributions to science, architecture, law, and trade. Their rule connected Europe, Asia, and Africa, creating one of the most culturally and economically influential empires in history. In Asia, the story of long-lasting dynasties continues. China, with its millennial history, saw dynasties such as the Zhou, which lasted for about 800 years, and the successive dynasties that ruled the vast territories of China for thousands of years cumulatively. These empires managed complex bureaucracies, developed remarkable technologies, and influenced global culture, politics, and trade. Japan too offers a fascinating example of longevity, with the imperial family maintaining continuity for over 1,000 years. Although their political power fluctuated over time, across the oceans, Europe witnessed the rise of colonial powers that reshaped the globe. The British Empire, often regarded as the largest empire in history in terms of landmass and influence, ruled various territories around the world for over 400 years. Its impact on global trade, language, politics, and culture remains evident even today. However, while its rule was vast and influential, it was not the longest continuous empire in human history. What makes a rule truly lasting? It is not merely the years of existence, but the stability, governance, culture, and ability to adapt to challenges that determine the endurance of an empire. Ancient Egypt showcased resilience through dynastic succession. Rome exhibited strategic adaptation and infrastructure. Muslim empires thrived through cultural integration and administrative sophistication. And China maintained continuity through bureaucratic excellence and centralized authority. The Ottomans exemplified how diplomacy, military strength, and administrative efficiency could sustain power for centuries. The comparison becomes even more intriguing when we examine the difference between cumulative rule and continuous rule. While civilizations like Egypt had cumulative rule over thousands of years through successive dynasties, empires like the Ottoman maintained continuous political authority over vast territories without significant interruption. Both approaches offer lessons in governance, strategy, and societal organization, highlighting the complexity of ruling and maintaining power across generations. Even when empires fell, their legacies endured. The architectural wonders of Egypt, the legal frameworks of Rome, the scientific and cultural advancements of Muslim empires, and the global influence of the British Empire all continue to shape our world. Power may be transient, but the achievements and structures created during these long reigns leave an indelible mark on human history. It is also fascinating to note the rise and fall cycles of empires. No empire, regardless of its power or longevity, lasted forever. Internal strife, economic challenges, external invasions, and political corruption eventually led to decline. Yet, the lessons from these long-lasting rulers inform modern governance and strategic planning. Historians study these empires not just for their longevity, but for understanding the principles that enabled societies to thrive for centuries. In conclusion, when we ask the question, who ruled the longest in world history, the answer depends on perspective. If we look at civilization-based continuity, ancient Egypt stands unparalleled with over 3,000 years of dynastic rule. If we focus on a single continuous empire, the Ottoman Empire holds the record with more than 600 years of uninterrupted governance. Other empires, such as Rome, China, and the British Empire, also offer remarkable examples of endurance, influence, and legacy. The history of long-lasting empires is not just a tale of conquest and control. It is a story of human ingenuity, adaptation, culture, and the relentless pursuit of stability in an ever-changing world. Ultimately, studying these empires teaches us about resilience, leadership, and the intricate balance between power and governance. The question of who ruled the longest in history is more than a curiosity. It is an invitation to explore the stories, achievements, and lessons of civilizations that shaped the world as we know it. From the sands of Egypt to the palaces of Istanbul, the echoes of long-lasting rule remind us that time favors those who adapt, innovate, and leave a lasting impact. History is not just about the years an empire ruled. It is about the legacy it leaves behind, the culture it nurtured, and the influence it wielded across generations. So the next time you marvel at the pyramids, the grand mosques, the sprawling Roman roads, or the influence of colonial powers, remember that these are not just monuments of the past. They are symbols of empires that stood the test of time, some for millennia and some for centuries, each leaving a mark that still shapes our world today.